Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Everton 1, Man United 2. Yes, we have won another Premier League game. We needed the 3 points. Arsenal already won today, so we needed this 3 points and we've won. It was a hard fought game. We were away from home, so I'm ecstatic, excited. Really, really good performance away from home. Let's really put it into context, guys. It was a good performance. So much to talk about. Ronaldo, Martial starting, Martial going off injured, Casemiro's performance, the performance of the team in general, what went down, what was good, what was bad, and all of in between. We're going to get into it, guys. Before I start, please smash the like, turn on the notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. It's a fun channel, new channel. I've just started, guys. I'm here to give my post-match analysis and essentially let you guys know how I thought of the game or what I thought of the game and talk about it. It's essentially, this is a debrief, a place where we just come and just talk about the game. So smash the like, guys, share the video and all that. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. Good performance, a good away performance. It was. The team that started, I was really excited about the team that started. Martial up front, Rashford on the left, Antony on the right, Bruno, of course, in the middle behind them, and Casemiro starting ahead of Scott McTominay, which a lot of people have been asking for. So we finally got Casemiro starting in the league ahead of Scott. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Casemiro's performance, but he started alongside Eriksen. And the back four, of course, without Varane, we started the Iceman, of course, Lindelof. And Luke Shaw retained his place down the left. So a strong team. I probably would have started that team. I might have started our other left back, Malacia instead of Shaw. But I think Shaw played okay today. He wasn't bad today. And of course, Varane is injured and we need to take care of Varane because, he's almost like a glass man. I think we started fine. We started okay, had a few nice touches, but we conceded a goal, a very, very sloppy goal very early on. And that just made our start look so, so lackluster, I guess. It was a very, very silly goal to concede. I think Casemiro starting was a right thing because I think Casemiro had a good game. But you can clearly see that he still needs time to get acclimatized to the pace of the Premier League. The number 6 position in any team, in any league, is a very difficult position because, as we all can see, that position usually attracts a lot of attacking players. It usually attracts a lot of players who want to close down the Pogbas, close down the Modric's and the Tony Cruz. They're the playmakers at the end of the day. Not all the time, but a lot of times the number 6, the guy who takes the ball from the defense, is usually the playmaker. And Casemiro is going to find out very quickly, you do not have any time. You do not have any time in this league to sometimes pick your pass. You are hounded. And that's what happened in the first goal. Casemiro's closed down. You can argue the pass to him wasn't a great pass, but he was closed down. We lost the ball. And Iwobi scored. And the funny thing is, any other day, Iwobi wouldn't have scored that goal. Those aren't the kind of goals that Iwobi scored. But good goal. It was a good goal. Right foot whipped around De Gea. No chance for the goalkeeper. I think De Gea saw it a bit late. So, yeah, we started okay in terms of the football we were playing. But, of course, that goal just sucker punched us. And I thought to myself, I want to see what happens now. We've gone to go behind again. So far this season, when we've gone to go behind, we haven't always reacted well. Let's see what these players did. And you know what? It didn't faze us. We continued to play our game. We continue to play the game. Martinez, once again, stepping out from the back. He I want you guys to go back and watch the game, because if you watch the game properly, a lot of our attacks is started by Martinez. A lot of our attacks are started by this guy stepping out from the back. Sometimes his starting position is not even the halfway line. Sometimes he's in the opposition half, just camped in. And he's able to step into the final third at times and deliver really precise balls into feet. Fizzed into Bruno, fizzed into Ronaldo. He is very, very good. And he's somebody that very quickly we started to understand what type of player he is. We're starting to understand his game. And most importantly, we're starting to understand his importance to the way that we want to play. If you want to play out from the back, you've got to have defenders who can play football. Martinez can play ball. He can. It's plain to see. I love the way he was playing. I love the way even Anthony Martial, who's had his first start for a long, long time, he started the game well. It was his through ball to Antony that made us that led to the first goal. And there's one thing I always say about Martial. It's his ability to drop deep as a striker, and not just drop deep just to have a touch of the ball and just pass it back like the way that Ronaldo would. Just drop deep, give a little give and go, and just run back. Martial's able to receive the ball with his back to goal and drop a shoulder and then turn and face that way, right? If you're a defender and you're playing against a striker that not only can play with his back to goal and it's laid off, but also he's able to hold onto the ball and turn and face you. If you're a defender and you're playing with that kind of striker, you don't want to play with that kind of striker. And that is such a great asset to have. The ability to fend your defender off, turn, and then play others in. Just play others in. He did it against Liverpool, against Van Dijk, when he played Rashford through, when Rashford scored. And it did it again today when he played Antony through. And Antony, once again, he loves that shot, that little left foot whip into the far corner. Great goal, great assist. The way that we are playing in the first half, within the first 15 minutes, despite the fact that we conceded, really good, really good. We had a few more chances after that, which is good because it shows that even though we're not being precise and even though we're not taking our chances, we are creating chances. And that is a good thing. You know, there was a chance around the 21st minute when I think Dalot dinked the ball to Bruno with his left foot, and Bruno cut it back to Martial, and the ball was underneath Martial's feet, and he sort of like did one or two touches, left the goalkeeper on his bum, and you're thinking, yes, he's going to score. But then he was tackled. So Martial started well. We saw the importance of this guy when he was playing. But unfortunately, and it's really, really frustrating, he went off injured around the 27th minute. And of course, a lot of us are United fans, and a lot of people who watch the channel will be big supporters of Martial. And I am a big supporter of Martial, but his injuries is becoming, it's already a problem. He can't stay fit, and I just wish this guy could stay fit. It seems as if all the injuries he's had during his career is catching up on him. If he's not ready to play, just don't rush him. Just don't play him. Only play him when he's fit. Wrap him up in cotton wool. We have to, because he is our best attacker. And if we can't see that by now, that this guy is our best attacker, then I don't know what kind of football you guys are watching. He is. But this guy just can't stay fit. So we're going to have to buy another striker, I think. We have to. I think Ronaldo wants to leave, so we need someone to replace Ronaldo. And unfortunately, Martial, as it seems, is injury prone. He's slowly getting that title of injury prone, and that's not a good thing. So unfortunately, Tony went off, but that didn't really stop us from playing decent football. Even though Ronaldo came on, and Ronaldo plays a totally different style of play. Well, he has a totally different style of play. He plays a different game to Martial. He's not able to do a lot of the things that Martial can do. But given enough chances, Ronaldo's deteriorated physically. He's not able to run as quick. He's not as agile. His first touch is not quite there. But give him a chance, you probably still finish. He's still a decent finisher. So the first half was okay. Other things that I saw and other things I noticed in the first half was De Gea. De Gea's starting position was quite high up. And I know a lot of people have queried or criticized De Gea for not having good feet, not having good distribution, not starting high enough, But I think today was a better day for De Gea in terms of his distribution. I think his kicking, was okay. When he was playing it short, he found his man. And like I said, his starting position was higher than usual, which means the defenders could also play higher. If you're a defender and you have complete faith that if the ball goes over the top, your keeper is going to be a sweeper keeper and, do what he needs to do, collect the ball, clear the ball, pass it or whatever, then if you're a defender and you've got faith in your goalkeeper, then you're going to play better. You're going to come out of the back four and you're going to go into the midfield like Martinez does with more confidence, knowing that if the ball goes in behind that way, you're good. You're good. So, yeah, I was happy with De Gea's performance today. I saw at times, I think in the first half, Antony and Rashford swapping positions. I think that's going to be quite interesting going forward. I don't see Antony as a right winger and I don't see Antony as a left winger and I don't see Rashford as a right winger, but they swapped in the first half. So that's going to be quite interesting. Will they keep swapping in other games? I don't know, but that's something for us to keep having a look at to see if it works. Does it work when they swap? I don't know. We'll keep looking at that. But yeah, good, decent first half. Some of the passes though, and we were sloppy. I mean, we weren't perfect in the first half. We weren't. And I think some of the sloppy passes weren't due to the fact that we didn't have the ability to make the passes, for instance. I really think some of the passes or some of the sloppiness that we saw is just due to a lack of cohesion. Because, if I can give you an example, I guess, it's when you pass the ball behind the player rather than in front of the player, or when you pass the ball to a player, but the player moves out of position. So the pass looks like a bad pass, but it's not really a bad pass. It's the fact that you assumed the player would stay there in his position, but he's moved. So it's made it look like the pass is bad. A lot of times today, or in today's game, the sloppiness I could see came from a lack of cohesion. You pass the ball in front of somebody, you pass the ball behind them, not necessarily doing a wrong pass, but the movement hasn't been anticipated by either the receiver of the ball or the passer of the ball. And that is training, and that will come in time. So yeah, and further on in the first half, just to finish my general analysis of the first half, is that we were good. We were good in the first half. Casemiro was really good in the first half. He did give the ball away a few times, Casemiro. But the one thing I like about Casemiro is that if he can do the pass in one touch, he'll do it in one touch. If he can do it in just two touches, he'll do it with two touches. He doesn't like to take many touches of the ball, and he wants to keep working the ball, keep rotating it. He's very good at doing that. The only thing is Casemiro just needs to, sometimes he rushes the pass, and he probably rushes it because he thinks he's got less time. He knows it's the Premier League. He knows he has to be quick. And when he rushes the pass, sometimes he doesn't get it right. Other than that, he had a good first half, and he had a good game in general. He set up the second goal for us, and it's quite interesting because he gave the ball away initially. He won it back again with a slide tackle. Straight away, as soon as he won it back, and this is what I'm talking about, as soon as Casemiro won it back, straight away, first time pass through to Ronaldo. Ronaldo, control, left foot, near post, good finish. Really good finish. I've been on to Ronaldo for the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months, really, onto him with regards to his performance, his deterioration, his physical deterioration. I've said that, he cannot lead the line against the biggest teams. When we play the Man Cities and the Liverpools, he can't lead the line. Perhaps when we play the smaller teams, when we dominate possession, when we don't need to press as much, he could come in. But against the bigger teams, I don't really think he can offer us, or he offers us as much as Martial does. But when we needed him today, he turned up and he scored the second goal, and it was a good goal and a good take, good pass by Casemiro. So that was the second half. That was the first half, should I say? Like I said, good first half. Kept the ball. I'm pretty sure our possession stats will be quite high. We passed the ball well at times, but we lacked a little bit of cohesion in the final third when it matters. But decent first half. The second half was quite interesting, because the second half we actually started well, and despite the fact that we had Martial off the field, I saw Bruno, I saw Rashford, and I saw Antony and Ronaldo all press. And people talk about, including myself, Ronaldo isn't a presser. And I mean, you can still argue, even though he was pressing, he wasn't pressing aggressively, but he was pressing. And we started the first half on the front foot. We pressed quite high, and Everton didn't know what to do. They literally didn't know what to do at all. So good start to the second half. Casemiro started a few of our attacks, and that's the thing. We brought Casemiro in as a number 6, as a defensive-minded player. But a lot of our attacks today were started. Police. A lot of our attacks today were started by Casemiro. Of course, Everton played well today, and Eriksen's had a good game. But I was really impressed by Casemiro today. Really impressed. Casemiro, I think around the 58 minutes, Casemiro also played a clip ball to Ronaldo, who headed over. And around the 65th minute, we had a counter attack where I think Rashford tried to play Ronaldo through, tried to cross the ball over to Ronaldo on the floor, but the Everton defenders cut it out, and I was pulling my hair out because I was thinking, lift the ball, Rashford. Rashford was running on the right. You can see Ronaldo just running, just tearing up the pitch just to get forward, should I say, at the back post. Rashford tried to whip it in on the floor. It was cut out. If he had lifted it and played the ball sooner, Ronaldo would have been through. But that's just me being picky. We didn't have too many opportunities really in the second half to score. Rashford did score in the second half, of course, but his goal was chalked off. And I actually want to ask you guys what you think about that goal being chalked off. Like, what is VAR doing when you're chalking off those type of goals? That is not a handball. How can you give that a hand? How is it a handball? How is Gabriel's one not a handball, but Rashford's goal is chalked off a handball? I want you guys to explain that to me, because I don't understand how it works. Literally, I don't. That to me is not handball, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But the second half, like I said, we hung in there. Towards the end, Everton started to pile on the pressure. Our one-touch passing in midfield and the combination play improved. There was a few times where I saw Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno literally literally one touch, played in the nicest triangles, the smoothest movements in the midfield. Every now and again, I could see what Ten Hag is trying to do. Every now and again, I see the triangles. I see the one-touch movement, and I'm like, yeah, that's Ten Hag ball. The midfield, at times, played really well. Bruno was all over the pitch, and while he's still frustrating, he still gave the ball away too many times for my liking. He is a hassler. He runs everywhere. He's in the opposition's face. I understand why it's hard to drop someone like Bruno. As frustrating as Bruno is as a footballer, his energy, his drive is infectious. It is. And he didn't have the worst game today. He didn't have one of his worst games. It wasn't great. It wasn't amazing, but he was okay today, Bruno. But yeah, it's good. It's good to see Jimmy Gardner. Gardner? Garner. Jimmy Garner. I said Jimmy Gardner, he's a guard. But yeah, it's good to see Jimmy Garner. I'm one of those who didn't want to see Jimmy go. I would rather see what he could achieve or what he could do in the United shirt. I don't think as United fans we ever got a chance to see what he could do, and unfortunately we'll never get a chance to see what he can do. I just hope the hierarchy made the correct decision, and I hope the decision to sell him wasn't just a financial one. I hope they looked at him and they said, you know what, he's not good enough, so let's sell him. I hope that's the reason. I don't think it is, but I really hope that's the reason. So yeah, it was good to see him. I hope he has a good career. I don't really know much about the lad, but he comes across like a decent guy. So yeah, I hope he has a good career and a good future ahead of him. As I mentioned before, Rashford did score a goal, which was, chalked off. It was quite a scrappy goal, but it was chalked off, so there's not really much to say about it. Eriksen came off. I'm glad Eriksen came off because I think he's played almost every minute of every game this season. And I'm sorry, for someone who's 30, who's got pacemaker, we are working Eriksen. He's been worked and he's earning his salary. That's all I can say, because that guy is playing every game. He's playing DM, and he's not a DM. This is the first time in his career he's playing that deep. He's an attacking player. So I'm liking what Eriksen's doing. Casemiro rightfully was the man of the match for me. I think he was the standout player today. Fullbacks played well. I love the way the fullbacks play. Dalot plays a lot of risky passes, but clearly that must be that must be what Ten Hag is telling him, because he cuts in a lot. And because Dalot is two-footed, he's not afraid to cut in and use his right or his left. And I like the way Luke Shaw and Dalot both come infield to provide not only extra cover, but extra numbers, extra options. And if they go infield, the wingers stay wide. If the wingers go infield, they go wide. And that kind of intelligent football, it's just common sense. Go where the space is. Go where the space is, guys. So I'm liking the way that we're playing football. The style of play that Ten Hag is trying to implement, it's clear to me what he's trying to do. So the fullbacks were fine. The fullbacks had a good game. Our two defenders, Martinez and Lindelof, I got no complaints with them. It wasn't their fault that we conceded the goal. And apart from the goal that we conceded, I don't think we gave Everton much. We didn't. So our United's big problem is the fact that we have lots of opportunity to score, and we're not currently taking all our opportunities. But it seems as if all we need to do is provide the opposition with one little glimpse of our goal and they will score. So, yeah, I think that's a big problem. We're going to get better. I think Casemiro will continue to improve as he acclimatizes to the league and to the team. There's still issues with the way we play. Martial, I pray that his injury is not so serious and he'll be back, but we don't need to rush him. We need to wrap him with cotton wool. All in all, away from home against this Everton team, it was a good performance. I'm happy with the performance. Antony played well as well. He got a bit quiet in the evening. He got quiet later on, but he played well. All in all, I'm happy with the performance. That was essentially my take or my look of the game. Let me know if you agree with any of my assessments, any of my analysis of what went on. And also, please just provide your take. I want to understand how you saw the game, what you thought went well, what you guys thought didn't go well. Just let me know your thoughts of the game so we can learn from each other, because I'm pretty sure there's probably loads of things I've missed, loads of things I didn't see. So I want to know from you guys. I want to understand the way you see football. If you see football the same way I see football. Anyway, before I go, let's quickly look at some stats. I haven't done this for a long time. What are the official match stats? So, 12 shots Man United to 10 shots Everton, so more shots than the home team. More shots on target than the home team, 4-2. And this is a stat that will delight Ten Hag as well. The possession stat, 61% possession for United, 39% for Everton, away from home. So we've gone to Everton and we've bossed them in terms of possession, 60% possession. Really good. We've almost doubled their passing, 600 passes to 360 for Everton. And our passing accuracy is 83% as opposed to Everton's 78%. The passing accuracy, I want that to improve as well. But other than that, these are good stats. And stats should always be used to back up what you see with your eyes, i.e., pass the eye test first, then you look at the stats. You shouldn't guide the game or look at stats to tell you what happened in the game. You should look at stats to confirm what you saw of the game. That's what I say. So yeah, those stats make sense to me because they reflect what I saw in the game. Good win. Let's go. Man City was really crap, but back on track. Let's go, guys. Next game. Let's do it. I'm happy. Good performance. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Casemiro, man in the match. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts. That was my reaction. Smash the like, turn on your notification, subscribe, share, and have a beautiful week. Thanks, guys. Peace out. If you're not